Aloha, aloha. I want to start with the ending of one song with you today. Let me just,
Aloha, aloha.
oh yeah,
I
and
want
turn
to
this one
start.
off. Now you know how long the backlog is. Aloha, my beautiful ones, and welcome to Meet Your Spirit Guides, our weekly guided journey to meet your spirit guides for the coming week. And today's very strong energetically. And that's why I wanted to start with the last minute of one song. I know that for the past, time, but hold on. I just want to share this last minute because I feel like we need to hear these words specifically. This is one of the songs that I created for my last album, Energy Waves, for witchy ADHDers, anthems for us sensitive souls. And I especially like the ending of this song. So here's the last minute for us to just get into today's journey.
Past the witch, the wave ride and see it. Every beat of your heart says, I belong here. So when it's all too loud and you can't sit still, place your hand on your chest, feel that hum that will ask, where is my attention? Where do I want it to be? Then surf that little wave back into your energy. Where attention goes, the energy flows. Hey, hey, yeah. We're not broken, we're just wired our own way. From overwhelmed to self-trust, we rise like waves. Witchy hearts, ADHD, we're the ones we save. Oh, 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 oh. Everything is energy. Watch it move with you. Oh, 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 oh. You can got the magic. Every shade, every hue. Where attention goes, the energy flows. Witchy ADHD souls with the whole damn show. Aloha, my love, let the old shame fall. You're not here to fit in, you're here to feel it all. Everything is energy, and you're learning to steer one soft shift at a time. You belong right here.
Sorry. There we go. You belong right here. I feel like that's the energy that we are allowed to hear right now. And yeah, that's why I wanted to start with this today. So, as we do every week, I will draw some cards in a bit for this week's energy. But before I do, as always, I'd like to, share with you the how-tos of these journeys today. These journeys that I do every Sunday. So if you have already done any, what's it called? Any form of I'm just seeing, I'm not sure of let me just check. Sorry, I think the camera was a little bit weird. So if you haven't done any of my journeys before, you might want to stay so that I can explain a little bit more. If you have, done a journey with me, you might want to, get ready, do something for 10 to 15 minutes and then come back. Or if you want to, listen to it again, of course, I'd love to have you here. All right, but just letting you know. And then I'm going to draw the cards for the coming week, and then we're going to go dive into our journey. That is sort of like a 21-minute journey. Yeah, space for us to meet our spirit guides. That's what I want to do because one of the things that I hear a lot from my clients is that because of overwhelm, because of so much happening, because of their sensitivity, they feel so disconnected to their spirit guides, to the guidance that they receive. They feel like they can't hear them. And hey, I completely get you. I used to be there as well. For me, I remember it felt like I knew because of all my, shamanic teachings and learnings that I had done and the courses and everything, my own personal growth. I knew they were there and I knew that they were still sort of guiding me. But I felt like I couldn't hear them because I felt like I was in sort of like a chewy, I don't want to say bubble gum because bubble gum's like too stiff, but like a mix of bubble gum and pudding or something like that, And it felt like I could see them outside of it, but I was, covered in all of that. And so what my intention is with these Sundays is to actually give you sort of like the hand that guides you through this to get into connection because it's about connecting ourselves, practicing the connection over and over again. And of course, I hope you like the way I guide them. If not, because we all have different tastes and of everything. If not, you might still want to join because of the energy of the circle. Because everybody who has participated or will participate in the future is already here tonight, is already here right now. Whenever you're listening to this, we're all connected through time and we're all here in this circle for this guided journey today. All right. So that's one of the things that I think is important to know so that you can, you can do this. Of course, in a very good ADHD way or neurospicy kind of way, I don't put any, rules on these journeys. I don't like to do that. The only thing that I do recommend for the very first time is to for the first time at least, have a space where you can listen to my voice and follow my voice along. And if my voice helps you to anchor yourself throughout the whole journey, please, do that and follow along to that. If you feel like doing these journeys while you're on a walk, if you feel like doing these journeys, you know, while you're doing the dishes, please don't let that hold you back, right? I do understand that we have moments where we need these kind of anchors to really sit still or to, look inward for ourselves. But I also know that sometimes we need the physical movement. You probably just saw me bouncing up and down because I'm sitting on one of those balls. Because I need that movement, when I'm working with energies, because the moment I start guiding a circle like this, of course, I'm guiding energies, and that's why, I need some movement. Of course, I'm not going to be, jumping all around because I don't want to confuse you. But I want you to know that if you need to move in some form or way, please do so. All right. The other thing is also that since last week, these journeys are also getting on my podcast. So you can listen into them during the week later, on the podcast itself as well, which is called, Unraveling Your Witchy and Highly Sensitive ADHD Traits. Yeah, that I've created for you. So you can listen to those during the week or whenever you feel like listening to those as well. So that's a second thing. Another thing that I don't do is music because I've noticed that it's a 50-50% chance that you do either like music while you're going on journeys like these or you don't. So I am right now on the brink of creating some, musical albums that are plainly instrumental and should help with this, but I haven't yet. So if you feel like it, grab your favorite, music maker. I do recommend, at least for the beginning, for the first one or two times, to use something that doesn't have lyrics and doesn't have voice singing so that you can fully focus on my voice for the beginning, and then you can decide whether you want that or not. And of course, being the shaman that I am, I do recommend also to, if you haven't, to choose some shamanic drumming music because the drums do help some. But like I mentioned before, or maybe I haven't, I don't know if I did mention this, these journeys are beginner friendly. So whether you have done any sort of shamanic work before or not, you're invited here to follow along. I used to, have some shamans tell me that these are not shamanic journeys because shamanic journeys are never guided, which is sort of, yes, if you go by that strong definition, yes, but it was my spirit guides that told me to start doing this. And I started doing this, I don't know, like over 10 years ago. I remember it was like I really felt the initiation with a circle of people that I was, guiding. And my spirit guides were saying, yeah, this is where it's going because not everybody, needs to learn shamanism or be a shamanic practitioner to be able to do these journeys. So that's why I do what I do right now with you here. And I never know where we're ending up. I'm having my spirit guides tell me where we're going. So it might be repetition sometimes because we might need certain energies more of or not. And, I have stopped questioning that. I'll just, I'll guide you to the places. The good thing to know is that in these places, when I get started with these journeys, I create a circle with my spirit guides, with, the beings that I have around me. and your beings, and we create the safe space where we can make this journey happen. So if there is anything that you encounter on this journey that might feel a little bit scary, please set the intention. Ask your spirit guides in that moment that show up, tell them, please, this is scary for me, please show me in a different way, or help me understand why this looks so scary for me. Those are like two questions that I want to give you so that you can, take with you, because there's always a reason why they are showing you things in that way, right? So, what do I mean by spirit guides? It's for me, it encompasses everybody. The terrestrials, the extraterrestrials, spirits that have lived on this and walk this earth, spirit, mythical creatures like dragons. I work with wonderful dragons for, I don't know, even more years, I think 15 years now. And I love working with them. Then there's people that work with fairies, with what else? What do we got there? Unicorns and whatever animals, spirit animals, all forms of spirit animals. I know what I'm feeling. And right now, there's our elephant coming in. We have a spirit animal here for these circles, and that's elephants. So if you want to go and look up for yourself what elephants mean to you or could mean for you, for me, I find it very interesting because I've never worked with an elephant, and ever since I started these journeys, almost from the very beginning, this beautiful animal is, showing up every Sunday, and I'm very grateful for its companionship here, and because it's helping us protect and keep this space for all of us, for all of you as well. So we have that. Let me think. So we have the animals. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Of course, the ancestors. Of course, we have the kupuna, as the Hawaiians say, the ancestors, the aumakuas, that are there, that support us always. So those might want to show up. If you have a specific one, that's one thing that I do recommend. At least if you're a beginner, don't ask for specific ones. Actually, I tell you to do this always. That's one of the things that I learned for myself, because when I was learning, I was learning to, to channel spirits and to talk to spirits with a group of spiritists. So I was learning it, from the peak. And the thing with them was that I was getting to know new spirits that I didn't have before. So I started focusing on them. And then I had one of my ancestors go to a different shaman, and over them tell them, dude, what, tell her that she needs to, contact me, please. And ever since then, I don't name any specific spirit. I just say, hey, who wants to, I just speak into the ether. Who wants to talk, who wants to help me today on today's journey, or with today's task that I need to do this or that. Who wants to help me? And then they'll just show up. Sometimes it's more than one, sometimes it's just one, at least that I see. I understand that sometimes it's more of them working at the same time without us seeing them specifically. And here we are at the seeing part. So the thing is, some of us see visuals, like we see pictures, images, like a video, like a movie showing up inside of your, eyes and when you have your eyes closed. Some of us know. It's a deep knowing of things. And then some of us hear, like they're standing behind you or next to you or talking to you, like you hear their voices, you hear someone narrating it for you. That's also a form of clairvoyance. And I believe we have clairvoyance throughout our whole body system. Like I've had teachers tell me that there's people that actually feel through, through skin, through touch, that they, feel something happen. And um and that they, that they then know and recognize that, or through taste, that they suddenly taste something or smell something. Like this is one of the things that I have sometimes when certain spirits show up, it's like I smell them, to put it that way. And then I know what kind of energies are in the room right now. And of all the things that I just mentioned to you, I've had the smell, the knowing, the hearing, the seeing, and Yeah, that's, I mean, yeah, the skin, what happened once, but it was a very, very weird situation. Um, but yeah, so what I'm trying to tell you is that you don't have to have just this one form of clairvoyance. It can be different forms. And I know clairvoyance sounds huge and big, but I believe that all of us, we can learn it. We can have that if we start like this, practicing once a week or how often as you want, practicing to connect with our spirit guides to get information, to get help, to get support for the coming week. All right, my beautiful souls, I think I've mentioned everything. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I'm going to have it open right now. Um, Let me see. There's no questions right now. So if you feel like answering something, let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know. Other than that, I'm going to ask you to put on your music if you feel like putting on music and find your spot, whether it's sitting or laying down, whatever feels right for you right now, whatever feels best for you. And while you do that, I'm going to bring out my cards. And I'm just realizing that, huh, that they're a little bit crossed, but that doesn't matter. We'll take them however they come out. Um, I'm actually looking into where I might be able to actually make physical cards of these because I really, really like them. I've been using these for, I don't know, the past 2 or 3 years. Um, yeah, let me just feel into this. Oh, yeah, and one thing that I need to check as well for the coming week. Ooh. Okay, so we are having next week, we will have, a new moon on Saturday, 16th. So we're not getting in, well, I'm not sure. I don't know, well, spirit guides, but usually when it's those kind of days, we have, new moon um energy on, we'll dive into it on Sunday, probably next week Sunday, because it's closer to that energy. Other than that, right now we have, I think, Pluto going backwards, and we're going through 10 galactic activation portal days, if that means anything for you. Um, we're still in the middle of it. They're ending on Wednesday, 13th. That's the last day. And yeah, and Pluto is talking about deep collective detox around tech, communities, networks, power dynamics in groups, and online spaces. So that's going to support us as well. If you haven't yet, if you feel like coming into a community, come join my free cyber coven. You'll find the link and everything below the video. And if you feel like, once you join, you will receive a newsletter series with a lot of, wonderful inspiration on a weekly basis. I don't want to overwhelm you so that you can, feel into that, into the energies, and learn how to unravel everything even more. All right, so now to the energies. Let's to the energies, and then we'll do it. We're doing 3 cards. Um, I'm just, getting all 3 because that way I don't have to, talk, then pick them. I got all 3 of them, and we are starting off with, ooh, oh my God. One of my, well, I always say one of my favorites because they're all my sort of my favorites, but this one I like because it came to me through how am I going to say this? This came to me being on Hawaii. And for me, it was sort of like, the Queen of Hearts. What does she say? The Queen of Hearts. What does she always say? Off with their heads. I'll give you a second. Off with their heads. Stop thinking and start feeling without judgment. Just allow yourself to go through the feels, through the emotions. Stop thinking as much as possible. So off with your head. Turn your head off so you don't have to. So I'm going to put it into the camera for those of you watching. Let me just, I think it helps. This helps. Yeah, there we go. So if you want to make a screenshot, you can do it now in 3, 2, 1. There you go. I forgot to mention you can do screenshots of my cards while, I put them on. The second one I do like because it's very, important for us, and that is the de-stress card. Reduce everything that causes stress and focus on the things that make you happy. Look at this beautiful card. De-stress. If you want to make a screenshot, do it right now in 3, 2, 1. There you go. So you have reminders for the week because I want you, of course, to do that as well. And then the third card, a reminder for all of us, you are strong. Don't make yourself smaller than you are. You have an incredible creative energy within you. Remember the things you have achieved and created so far. So here it is. There you go. So for those of you who want to do a screenshot, do it in 3, 2, 1, go. So these are the energies that we're getting. And now I remember what I forgot earlier when I was saying, what we should do. So this week's energy wants to remind us of with your head, stop thinking too much, stop overthinking. If if that is a little bit hard for you to make that stop, this is something that you can ask your spirit guides today, for example, to help you with, how can I, stop my, thoughts carousel that's happening in my mind, or de-stress. Maybe it's de-stressing for you this week, or it might be this reminder that you are strong. We have the strength for everything within ourselves. All right. So these are the 3 cards for today. As I just mentioned, one of the things that should be important for you for this journey is an intention. So whether it is that with intention, I mean, what do you want to do inside of this journey? Do you want to connect to your spirit guides? If that's the intention that you have, awesome. If you feel overwhelmed because of everything happening in the world and you feel like you need something that helps you be more peaceful with that, or be less overwhelmed, ask your spirit guides that. That question is, help me do this on a world basis. Like, what is it that I can do if I want to help, but I can't, right? Or if you have any kind of challenge next week and you're like, oh my God, I need support with this or that challenge because, it's coming up, a conversation with my boss or whatever, and I need support in doing that. That's an intention that you can use to talk to your spirit guides, to ask them like, hey, and the good thing is about this is sometimes our thoughts drift away. That, the thought carousel that we were just talking about, that can happen during these journeys as well. Don't worry. Use your intention as an anchor to drift, to hold yourself back, to bring yourself back to it, right? To center yourself, to anchor yourself with that intention. But always allow yourself, because when we have thought carousel, it's because it needs to, it needs energies to pass by. And then after a while, you can allow it to, let the thoughts pass by and then set the anchor to bring you back. All right. If you do fall asleep, because I mean, it's late at night and some of us do fall asleep at this hour, don't worry, it's all good. It's sort of like a trance that you're in, and your spirit is still, connecting with your spirit guides during that time. I always do bring you back at the end of the journey in case you even fall asleep from that. Please remember this. Breathe in through your crown chakra. Inhale through your crown chakra and exhale through your feet. When you come back, if you feel like you're not fully back, use this breathing to bring yourself back into your body. Inhale through your crown chakra and exhale through your feet. We will start with a similar, breathing technique in the beginning, but it's a little bit different. So that's why I'm telling you this, just in case you fall asleep during the journey and don't hear me bringing you back, and then it feels like I might not be fully there. Use this breathing technique to bring yourself back. All right, other than that, enjoy, my beautiful soul. We're gonna be diving in right now. Let me just take one last zip. And then let's start in our journey. I will guide you to the place where you can have your conversation. And once it's time, I will bring you back. All right, let's see where the spirit guides want to take us today. And as I just mentioned, we're starting with a breathing technique just to, get you to arrive here in this moment with your body. So inhale through your crown chakra. The first step's the same. Inhale here through the highest point of your head. And then exhale. Oh, sorry, it's the energy working. And then exhale through your belly button, through your navel. If you need to yawn like I did, or if you need to sneeze, or sometimes it's coughing, burping, allow yourself to do all that because it's your body, starting to move energy. So you inhale through your crown chakra. If it helps and makes it easier, imagine like a shower of energy coming in through your crown chakra into your body, going through every cell of your body, and then it takes all the worries, all the thoughts that you don't need anymore, and then it exhales them through your belly button and takes it all out of your body. It's sort of like a cleansing shower, inhaling through your crown chakra, exhaling through your belly button. You're bringing the energy out. Whatever is not serving you anymore, any worries you've been having this week, just exhale it through your belly button and send it out. And just feel how your body becomes lighter and lighter with every exhale. And with this very light body of yours, you imagine yourself going to a wonderful, magical beach. You feel the sand beneath your feet, nice and warm. You smell the salty air and hear the waves slowly crashing. Maybe you hear some insects or animals by the palm trees, or maybe you hear the wind blowing through the leaves. And you're just here, taking a stroll along the beach, feeling the warm sand. And while you are making your stroll, you see a little boat arriving. It's a magical little boat because there's no one on it. It's just here to come and pick you up. It arrives at the beach, and you slowly walk towards it. No stress, just, walking, acknowledging your feet, how you move from the dry sand to the wet sand, and maybe even a little bit of waves feeling around your feet. And then you step onto the little boat. And once you sit down, in a very magical form, it starts moving like it's floating over the water. And the wind, you feel the wind of the movement of the boat. It's also helping you cleanse all the thoughts, all the worries. It's taking it all away. And it feels like the wind is cleansing you and your thoughts and emotions. And you allow yourself to feel this cleanse with the smell of the salty air. Hmm. And while you're enjoying this, you see a little island show up with a little dock. It comes closer and closer, and maybe you can already see your spirit guide standing on that dock waiting for you, waiting to receive you here in this on this very sacred island, your very personal, beautiful inner island. This very special island represents you and your inner world. And your spirit guides are here at the dock waiting for you to arrive. Maybe they even help you come out of the boat, step into the dock, onto the dock. And you have a moment to take in which of your spirit guides are here with you today. I see our wonderful elephant standing there waiting for us. And then there are your spirit guides. Allow yourself to really take in who's here right now, whether it's, ancestral, animal, or other forms of spirits. And once you have taken in your spirit guides, they start walking towards this beautiful, magical island of yours. And now is the time where you can tell them your intention, what you want to do, what you want to talk to them about. So they can take you to wherever the place on your island, wherever this can be healed or transformed for you. Take your time, set the intention as often as you need, and allow yourself to receive information, the answers, and allow yourself to trust the images, the words, or the sounds that you hear. And I will call you when it's time for us to head back. Slowly, you come back with your attention wherever you are on your little island. Start walking back with your spirit guides towards the dock where the little boat is waiting for you while you finalize the last words. Once you arrive back at the dock, ask your spirit guides to give you an anchor or a word, a symbol, or an image that will help you remember for the coming week whatever was necessary, whatever you need to remember of today's conversation, of today's journey. And ask them to help you remember in the right moments, to connect yourself through your heart with them, so that for whatever challenge comes up, you have the right words at the right time. Thank you, wonderful spirit guides, for joining us on this journey. Thank you so much for all your wisdom and for your never-ending support. You step back onto your boat. And maybe if you want to, you turn around one more time just to say, wave goodbye to your spirit guides. Thank you so much. Well, knowing that although it feels like you're leaving them right now, they're always connected with you. And they're always just waiting for you to connect, to guide you. And your boat takes you back. And you feel the soft breeze of the wind that right now anchors and deepens everything that you saw today on your journey. And you feel the strength, you feel maybe even the strategy that you set up with your spirit guides for the coming week. You feel like you're strong enough for whatever wants to come up this week. And your little boat arrives back at the beach and you step out. Maybe you step off the boat while there's still a little, water surrounding you, and you feel the salty water around your feet, around your ankles. And you make your steps from the warm water onto the warm sand. If you'd like to turn around and look over the ocean, the wonderful, vast ocean that is here to help us cleanse ourselves with the salty water, that is here to show us and remind us of our full power that lives within ourselves. And with that knowledge and with that feeling, you start breathing in again through your crown chakra. If you'd like to, inhaling universal energy and allowing that energy to go through your whole body, through every cell, and then you exhale it through your feet to Mother Earth, and you allow yourself to feel the connection that you are the one connecting the universe with Mother Earth. And you feel this energy grounding you back into your body, grounding you back, anchoring everything that you received today, and breathing it out into through your feet into the floor, making you strong and feel grounded back into your body. You might start to feel your body again. Maybe you want to start moving it a little bit or stretching it a little bit. Maybe there's a yawn, a sneeze, a burp. You give yourself one more very deep breathe in universal energy. And exhale through your feet. And whenever you're ready and whenever you feel that you're grounded enough, you open up your eyes and come back into the here and the now. My wonderful soul, thank you so much for being here, for participating. Allow yourself to let everything sink in. If you feel like it, go write it down somewhere. And I wish you many, many blessings for the coming week. You know, surfing out of the 10 portal days into the new moon on, I think, was it Thursday or Friday? Saturday, of course. My wonderful, magical soul. Have a very blessed week. And remember, give yourself grace. You're an amazing human being.